Hi, I'm Jim Art. I'm a vocational rehabilitation counselor with the Veterans Career Program through Paralyzed Veterans of America. And today we're going to talk about tell me about your weaknesses, and we will have some sample answers for you too. Tell me about your weaknesses, but why? Good question. Why would employers ask about your weaknesses? Well, they're looking for ways of seeing what your self-awareness is, honesty levels, ability to improve, ability to answer a difficult question, and critical thinking skills. These are just pieces to try to find out how you're going to relate and how you're going to be part of their team and how they can deal with the way you would move in on a situation. But what not to say? Don't try to disguise a behavior as a weakness, such as I'm a perfectionist, I work too hard, or I'm too passionate. That kind of just separates a few things that should be left in their own place. Don't list a weakness that is requires skill for a position either. You'd want to make sure that you're checking through the job description and making sure that does not list as something that you can't do, such as completing a customer service task. Don't list an unacceptable weakness too. This is, I think, very important. Issues with tardiness, unable to multitask, unable to get along with others. These are just some of the examples of that. And last on this list, don't say that you don't have any weaknesses, because that's really something that I don't think anyone has, and they would see through that right away. Hey, what should you say? Turn an actual weakness into a demonstration of growth. Explain a weakness that you have or have had in the past and how you have worked on it to improve. Show that you can make improvements. I think this is really good, showing what your process is to people, that you can identify, you can make a plan, and you can succeed at setting those goals and living with the goals. Here's an example. One of my biggest weaknesses is that I used to focus too much on the details of a project, but I've learned to prioritize that must be done first and go back and fill in the details when time allows so that I can continue to meet my deadline. That's a good way of just turning things that you have identified, and this is what you need to do to improve your skills, and this is what has happened in the results. I think that's really important. Here's another one. One of my biggest weaknesses is that I have trouble saying no to helping a coworker or taking on a new project, but I've learned which tasks can be delegated to other workers so that I can focus more on my attention towards my primary goals. I make sure to keep my calendar up to date so I know what my projects are and I'm ready working on them and how much of my time is needed for each one. And that one, we're just dealing again with identifying areas just to keep things on track and to know your weaknesses, that you may be overworked or you're taking on too much is, I think, a very important place. Here's another example. I could use more experience with the advanced functions of Excel. I understand how to use all the basic features and can use Excel proficiently, but I'd like to take more classes to advance my skill set. This one's a really good example because you're actually showing where on a skill or a part of the duties of the job that you would like to be able to improve and get better. As far as equipment and programs, a program like Excel can be really opened up. So this is actually showing some of the more details of where you'd like to improve, which I think is a good way of putting it through too. How would you answer this question? You might want to think through these just to be able to have a list and to be able to know what to say when they ask these things. And if they come up in your questions from your interview, to be able to incorporate the good parts about it and to be able to really show them that you're ready for change, you're ready for new experiences, and that you're able to accommodate with what's going on with them. Again, this is Jim Art, vocational rehabilitation counselor with Veterans Career Program through Paralyzed Veterans of America, and I thank you for your time.
Since 1946, PVA has been the leading advocate for veterans with spinal cord injuries and diseases such as MS and ALS. We help all veterans with disabilities by helping with earned benefits and specialized health care, education and career resources, adaptive sports, housing and legal assistance. Learn more at pva.org.